What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up your GM20 20-watt dual input combo guitar amplifier. As you can see, it comes with the amplifier itself, which come with a lot of great features, so let's dive in. So the first thing we're going to want to do is connect our guitar to the amplifier. For that we're going to need a 1/4-inch cable, and you're going to want to make sure that you use an instrument cable, because if you use any other 1/4-inch cables such as speaker cables, you might get a weird buzzing sound through your amp. So we're going to take one end of our cable and plug that into our guitar. Then you'll take the other end and plug it into one of the 1/4-inch inputs on your amplifier. Today we'll use input 1. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn on my amplifier. Then we'll want to raise our gain knob, and then we'll raise the volume knob on our amplifier. Then you'll want to raise the volume on your guitar. So now if I go ahead and play, you should be able to hear the guitar coming through the amplifier. Now the cool thing about having two inputs on the amplifier is that you can plug in another guitar and have both guitars playing at the same time through the amp with the same exact settings. This is a really great feature for musicians who want to practice or jam together. You can really dial in the sound of your amplifier through your gain, treble, mid, and bass knobs. The bass knob will affect the low end frequencies coming out of the amp, so if I raise the bass knob and start to play, you'll hear more low end coming out there. And if I lower it all the way down and start to play again, you won't hear any of that low end at all. Now the mid knob controls all of the mid-range frequencies. So if I raise that all the way up and start to play, you'll hear a lot of those mid-range frequencies coming through. And if I lower it all the way down and start to play, you won't hear any of that body coming through. And lastly, the treble knob will affect all of the high-end frequencies. So for example, I'll raise that all the way up and start to play. And you definitely hear more of that tanginess, a lot more high-end. And if I lower it all the way down and start to play, none of that high-end comes through at all. These will affect the sound on both the clean and the overdrive channel that we can switch with this channel select button here. So if we leave the button unpressed, the amp will give us a clean sound, which you're hearing right now. And if we press the button down, we'll switch the amp to the overdrive channel, which is great for rock and metal songs and guitar solos. There's also a delay knob here, which will give our guitar a really cool delay effect. So the more we raise the delay knob, the more delay we'll hear. So for example, I'll raise it about halfway, start to play a little bit. And if I raise it all the way up and play again, you start to hear the delay a bit louder. What's also really cool is the Bluetooth feature on the amplifier, so we can connect a smartphone or tablet and start to jam along with our favorite songs or backing tracks. To activate it, you'll want to press down on this Bluetooth button here. Next, you'll want to go into the Bluetooth settings of your smartphone or tablet, search for the device that reads GM20, click on it to pair, and you'll hear that sound letting you know your device is connected. From there, you can control the volume of the song or backing track playing through the amp with the volume on the device itself. And then you can start playing along with your song or backing track. Now, excuse me, I'm gonna get some practice in myself. There's also a headphone jack on the amplifier, so you can plug in your headphones and practice quietly with everything coming out of your headphones. Then you would use the volume knob to control the volume of everything coming out of your headphones. Now we also want to show you guys how you can mic up your GM20 so you can record it right onto your DAW. So the first thing you'll want to do is connect your interface to your computer. For today, I'm using our very own Rockville Mini. So I'm gonna plug it right into my computer, or in this case, my USB hub here. Then I'll wanna go into the sound settings of my computer and switch the input and output device to the interface. You'll also wanna do this in the sound settings of whatever DAW you're using. So again, we'll switch the input and output to the Rockville Mini. Next, we'll plug in our microphone into the mic channel here on our interface. Now you could use either a dynamic microphone or condenser microphone for this setup, but for today we're using a condenser microphone for a richer sound. And because we're using a condenser microphone, we'll want to flip on the phantom power on our interface. Also, when using condenser microphones, you may want to activate the pad switch depending on how loud your amp is. Now the placement of the microphone will affect the sound of the recording of your amplifier. If we place the microphone closer to the center of the amp, you'll get a more brighter sound, and if you mic it closer to the side of the amplifier, you'll get less of that brightness and more low end. But for today, we'll place it in the middle of the center and the side for the best of both. So next we'll want to create a track on our DAW and switch the input to input 1 since we're using channel 1 on our interface. And we'll also go ahead and rename our track Guitar. Whenever we're ready to record, we'll go ahead and record enable our track. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to set up your GM20 20-watt dual input combo guitar amplifier. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.